Righty. Let me see here if we are actually where we need to be. And I should be sharing the screen so you guys can see it specifically here from my page. And I should be in the group. So you know you have to check all these things. So let's go over to the group and verify for real, whether or not we are live and whether or not we are where we need to be. So let me verify that before I even get started doing the introductions. We can cut all this out inside of the re-recording. So I believe that we are. Hey y'all, hey. Let me just make sure, slide this over here out of the way. And hopefully I am good to go. So I do see that we are live on Facebook inside of the group. So let me just go ahead and get rid of this one for now. Drop that out for now and get rid of these so we can have a little more space here on the desktop. So obviously, I am here from the MacBook. Hey y'all, hey, Martina Britt Yelverton here inside of the Learn, Lead, and Level Up group. Have no idea what that group is. Let's scroll to the top, pull it up and show you what it is. This is one of my multiple platforms giving me access to have access to you guys. So my entire mantra, mindset, meaning, mindset, movement, momentum, all of that is geared towards getting you guys massive momentum inside of whatever it is that you desire to do. So today we're live, video is on. I'll shut it off in a moment so we can get started with the portion of the recording that we are going to save. I'm hoping that the sound is good as well. I'm pulling up my options here. So at any moment, if someone would like to give me some thumbs up, some hearts, and some love, letting me know that we can be found, that will be good to go. It's showing that I can be heard here. And let me just double check on my end because I know there's a delay. Okay, I do hear myself. So let's put that back on mute. Drop that back out there. And then we can do a little bit of discussion. So I'm going to actually do it more so as a Watch Me Work Wednesday so that you guys can see a little bit of what we have going on here inside of the branding group, some of the changes that were made, and understand a little bit more about where we're going. A lot of this information that we have privately here inside of the group is for your learning. And I'm still learning, you guys. I'm still trying to understand the bells and whistles, the bugs and the kinks, and what it takes that clicks for you guys. So just bear with me as we continue to navigate this a little bit more. I have a lot of information to share, and I've been trying to set it up in a sequenced format so that you guys will have it to follow. So Martina Britt Yelverton here, BrandMaster, Cash Flow Queen, Income Strategist, GMB Educator, and that's the Google My Business Educator platform, as well as some other things. So I believe I have here inside of Canva yesterday's workaround where I was bringing up the new video, and maybe I will allow that one to play momentarily. I know you guys have seen this design before and seen what we have going on here. So maybe what I will do is I will bring this up briefly to show you a couple of things in here and get that on the screen. So first, I obviously want to do the opening with the music playing and all that. Let's see if we can get it to do what it do, and we'll go from there. So let me again go back over here, make sure that sound was turned off or turned down here. And the reason, another reason before I even roll over into this, one of the reasons I want you guys to see all of this background that goes on with all of this so that you'll know this thing is not easy. This ish ain't easy. It takes a lot of moving circles and things like that. And that's how I want to do today's branding, to give you a little bit of the behind the scenes look at what really goes on so that you guys can determine whether or not it's something for you, so that you can see the bare bones. So when those checklists begin to populate, that you will see what the actual work behind a checklist looks like, and so that you will be able to see the step-by-step process. So let me go ahead and hit the intro and let that get started. I think my volume is up. Hopefully it won't scare us all to death. All righty, so generally, I would jump at this point right over into the presentation, and I would begin. Of course, that didn't do what it was supposed to do. There we go, jump right over in the presentation, and I will work through that. So one component that you're looking at right now literally is what is like a promo video, okay? I'm going to show you guys, like I say, a lot of background stuff so you can understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, what Watch Me Work Wednesday today is all about, who am I, why you should listen, all of that good stuff. And that's because I've done this. I've done this, I'm doing this, and I need for you guys to see how you can see yourself in it as well. So on Monday, we talked about the Google My Business. So in order for you to be on a Google My Business platform, a social media platform, a website on the internet, having a booth and having vending up, having a vehicle that has car magnets on it. There's content, there are pieces of materials, and I realize I turned my camera off so you don't see me talking to you. There are pieces of material that you need to have that is marketable, that actually correlates and translates and comes back to you, the individual behind the brand. So I'm sure you guys have seen me go through several times. What is branding? Who is a brand? What is a brand? I've gone through the entire sequence to let you see what that is. And just in case you don't know where that's located, I can show you quite quickly. If you'll come up here and you go into units and you'll go down into week number 3, you'll see customization and design implementation. And if you drop this down, you'll see here we talked about specific items with regards to basic logo design, business card design, postcard design. This is where I walked you through some videos on that specific component, collateral, those pieces that I'm talking about that actually completes the brand. The brand is you, okay? The brand is your promise. If you've been to any of my workshops, if you've been to any of my online webinars, I go through extensively getting you to understand what is a brand. And here actually on the Family First Design pages, if you go over here, you can actually see the first snippet, the first drip, the first sprinkle here under videos on a brand. So you could go over to that page, Family First Design, you could scroll down a little bit, and here under the featured video, I talk a little bit about what is branding and why you should brand. So that was back in 2016, yes. That will give you just a little bit of an overview, a quick synopsis, and then it will hurl you over into how you can get more information or branding. Now, there's some information that has been updated and changed a little bit here, but this will give you a quick, just short synopsis of it. But more specifically, and most specifically here inside of the group, when you actually join the group, the first thing you want to do is watch this. Now, I've updated this one. I haven't uploaded it yet because I'm trying to see which is the stronger platform for you guys to get the information and see. So here in this one, we talk a little bit about what's included in the branding unit, what's mainly accessible here on the left-hand side with regards to week 1 through week 7, okay? Excuse me, what's covered in week 1 through week 7. So that's what we cover here inside of the group. Now, additionally, I gave you a little bit of mindset in a 13-day course that you actually are available to go watch on YouTube, which is perfectly fine if you watch it on YouTube. And it is broken down into multiple posts. So here you have 13 full days plus a day of Q&A here on the end, giving you information about mindset. Now, this information is not for everybody, okay? This information are for only those who believe, seriously. Because if you don't get it and you're not interested in hearing it, or you're not going to be a partaker of the information and actually walk out the information, it's not even going to be for you. And so that's first level. First level dealt with some surface, right? And then coming forth is a bit of additional information that I'm going to put in here under mindset, and it comes from Dr. Joe Dispenza, who talks again about mindset, conditioning your mind, and he even goes even deeper than what Kevin Trudeau went over here in these 13 videos, and he has hundreds of videos out here, so it's not even need for me to break that down. However, he did do a workshop over the course of 3 videos that I may go ahead and put in here. Again, you can find him on YouTube. But if you want to be able to quickly click access, you're available to come inside of the group. But he talks about your mindset also, but he talks about it on an even deeper subconscious level, as well as the mechanics behind the how. Lots of people want to know things, but more people want to know how, right? And I think that is really important, because a detail-oriented person wants to know how. They don't just want to know. They want to know how. And he goes deeply into the mechanics of the how. And that's important when it's time for you and I to consult about developing your brand. That's really important, because if you don't know, then I literally have to take you through a series of things to try to figure out why. All right, so just to see a breakdown of some components of a brand, you're actually able to go through and watch the way that I break down Mr. Edward Townsend's brand here inside of the group to understand just how many components of a brand there are. So to do this briefly, let's talk about when you come together and you're trying to say, what is my voice? Who am I? What am I trying to do? How am I trying to make money? Where am I trying to make money at? With whom am I trying to make money? Who are those people? Where are they located at? Where are they socially? Where are they physically? Where are they mentally? Where are they financially? Where are they in their education? There are so many different things that you need to know. And my goal here is to actually speak to you in an overview format live each Wednesday. Hopefully you're able to pop on and ask questions or leave comments, and then go beyond that to actually take the time to go back through the units on branding, continue to populate and ask your questions, but more importantly, set up a time at getbooked.martinabrityelverton.com so that we can take it a step further to actually set up a consultation and walk you through it. So for you guys, you're going to be looking at either the 30-minute, the private group coaching client 30-minute consultation, and there's a cushion of 15 minutes, so it's actually a little over 30 minutes that we actually meet. You're actually available to do that once a week, once a month, however often that you need to. I don't recommend more than once a week, because there needs to be a cushion of time for you to digest the information that we discuss on the consult. So there are so many facets of a brand, and until we actually have that in-depth consult, you actually receive a checklist, or you actually receive some homework, or we actually get into the submission back and forth process, you literally could kind of be left hanging. So when that happens, you may feel a little frustrated. You may not know what it is that you want to do, what your next moves are. And if you don't reach out to me, I don't know that that is what the holdup is. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about the members that we currently have in the group that have elected to submit their non-disclosure agreement, meaning information that you learn inside of the group, you won't publish, sell, or reproduce outside of the group. That's basically the details of that non-disclosure agreement. And the main reason that we did that is because we were seeing that some people's information that was shared inside the group was shared outside of the group. And also the new information that I'm going to be provided, it is paid content that I've received that I do not want to not only get myself in trouble for, but I don't want you guys getting in trouble for either reproducing it, selling it, or sharing it in a platform that you absolutely are not supposed to do that in. So it was a protection for me, yes, but it was also a protection for you. All right, so this information that we're covering with regards to brands, these brands that decided that they wanted to become paid clients and be in this group and get this more in-depth training, we will be focused right now. We're focused on Mr. Townsend's. We're working on Dr. Regina's, and we are doing small efforts towards Really Ray's and Regina Bradley. Now, outside of that, I'm working in depth on the GNB for Mr. Townsend and Miss Cassie on Heavenly Rescued. And I'll show you, like I showed a little bit of that on Monday, but I'll show more of that as well. What I need for you guys to understand what we're trying to do is we're trying to niche down, focus down, create, develop, and expand your brand, and then push it out into the market. So I needed it to be geared towards those who are serious. And if you're seriously committed to developing your brand, several of you in here have not even started a brand yet. And so that's going to be exciting when you take hold of this and you're ready to move forward in that brand component. So if you have developed in your mindset the logo that you want, we've actually created the logo in fruition. You're beginning to utilize your logo on things like quotes and marketing material that you're putting out, then you're starting. We want to now make sure that we expand that. And by expanding that, what I mean, we want to make sure you use it, right? So you've seen a lot going on with Mr. Townsend's brand in use. You're beginning to see drips that are coming out from Ms. Cheryl Demps on her webpage in use. You see beautiful content and quotes from Tanisha Kenny all the time. You see a lot of physical in person if you attend Regina Bradley's brand for Wealth Wages to Wealth in person, because she's more of an offline person and she does hand to hand, belly to belly, dealing with people hands on. So we want to niche down on these 10 to 15 members that are in the group. We have a couple more coming into the group that have requested outside of the group to come back into the group. We'll get them listed. But I need for you guys to kind of see and understand what we're going to do. I'm going to be on live again, 12 noon. So I'm here to engage with you guys. I will talk Google My Business on Monday. I will talk branding and show you some watch me work information on Wednesdays. And we will talk business on Fridays for our Freedom Fridays. However, this is an open forum where I'm here. We can do live Q&A during this time frame, and then you will begin to see, like I say, published videos, checklists, PDFs, and all that begin to populate per topic. So, wanted to show you here inside of Facebook one of the things with regards to how we're branding those key areas that I just mentioned here inside of the group. So over here in units, I'm going to show you how to set a couple of things up here so that this will make sense as I talk. All right, so let's keep you focused. There we go, on the screen in front of you. And here inside of the group, if you've never set up a group before, that will be a tutorial, step by step by step. Everything that I'm showing you, you literally could find someone else that you know, like, and trust on YouTube and follow their videos as well. However, we're here so you will begin to see it populate here inside of the group. So if you're going over into units, these are all the topics that we have here. You're going to see a new unit, and this one may disappear. This is for quick reference, live recording, but you're going to see a new unit populate. So if I were going to create the unit, we would name the unit #get found. And the reason we're doing that, because as you heard me say on Monday, the new hashtags that we are using here inside of the BrandMaster mindset, the rebranding of Family First Designs, Martina, Britt, Yelverton, all of that is get found. Anybody want to populate what's left? No? Okay, fine. Get branded, get found, and what? Get paid daily. So when you see those different hashtags coming out, you click on them, they're going to take you to a plethora of people using those, but it actually is a way to organize. All right. So get found. Let's go ahead and finish that out with on Google, if that's what I were naming this one. And I'm just going to name it Get Found, but I'm doing Get Found on Google right now because I know that I'm going to go back in and re-record and set this up a little bit differently. But the unit name will be Get Found on Google, and we could name it Google My Business Resources, right? Then I would go in here and I would add a full-blown description of the Google My Business efforts I intend to display, right? I will have checklist, videos, tutorials, and more. We'll just say and more. Let's see, checklist, plural, checklist, videos, tutorials, and more, right? And then I would say create the unit. Now it's going to create it bottom, okay, unit 25, right? But because this is a, and let me actually edit that and let me put it in front of that demo. All right, because I don't want to mix it up when I go in here to do it later. So I've just shown you how to create a unit. I've shown you how to put the title in there as well as the description and how to edit a unit. So let's show you how to actually organize the unit. All right. So if you needed to make more edits and all of that to it, you could do that here. Okay. However, if I wanted to make it so that this unit could populate first or be found or in a specific order, when I come into the units, I'm able to actually go into settings, which is going to give me the entire list of everything that we have here, and it's going to allow me to click and drag. So I'm going to go down to the one that it just created here, and then I'm going to look in the left hand at these 6 dots, and then I'm going to click it, hold it, and now I'm able to reorder it and put it where I want it. Now it is first, okay? Save, and so now you'll see it reboot. And now unit 1 is get found on Google. So if I wanted to do the same thing with get branded, then I literally could put one up here that says get branded, and then I could reorganize all of these units under BrandMaster coaching, which is what I'm going to do, reorganize all of these units into that unit, get branded. Then I could do the same thing for get paid daily, and I could list that information in here. The main reason you want to do that is because when creating a group, which is like a community online, when creating that group, people are going to want to be able to find things in an organized fashion. And that is one of the things that we're trying to do here with so much content that we have coming. Because like I said, we have offline training coming, online training coming, we have social media training coming, and I'm referring to this type of training in a far more in-depth. It'll be pre-recorded and populated in here so that you can go back and watch it in time. What I'm doing on these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and yes, I'm repeating this again, is giving you guys an overview. BrandMaster overview, BrandMaster overview. I'm giving you guys an overview so that you will know what's coming. Just being on here live, making this platform in this time frame available for you to come in from 12 to 12:30, ask your questions, get things answered, populate, comment, get some movement in the group again, see where you guys are and what you want to do. I'm also going to issue a poll because while 12 p.m. seems to work best for me, I know some people were a fan of the 10 p.m. at night. Right now, my move-in, move-out circumstance doesn't allow for 10 p.m. at night because we're all right here in each other's presence, and the kids are usually, the youth lifestyle trainings are usually asleep by that time. So once we get settled again, then we will be able to make that transition back to a 10 p.m. option as well. But again, this time frame is where during your lunch hour, you are available to pop on, ask questions. During your daily, you're available to watch the replay. So you'll see this information in here become more organized because a lot of content is getting ready to start flowing into the group, and it's just going to be uploaded at will. Everything's, not everything in video format. Forgot you guys can't see me. Let me go. Hey y'all, hey, not everything is in a video format. Checklists obviously are not in a video format. However, to continue to show you guys how to duplicate content, sure, I could pull up a checklist. Sure, I could talk you through that checklist. And sure, I could make that into video content. People, I mean, guys, receive how easy it is to create content when you know what it is that you're trying to do. Literally, you could take a post that you have on Facebook, pull it up on Facebook, talk about the post, and that is video content. Okay, there's so many different ways that you can create content that you guys aren't thinking about, and you're making the exposure and the expansion of your business more difficult because you aren't thinking outside of the box. People are enjoying, loving, and they're lazy video content, okay? And so I'm just trying to figure out a new way now that we've monetized the group to get information in here, and it truly will be up to you to go in and access it and use it. So one thing I want to go back and show you that I can see so that you will know is I'm going to scroll down to the video from Monday and show you guys one thing that we must improve on as a unit, okay? So Monday, right now we have our one individual who has seen this, and that's Sherry. And I believe Sherry's been available during lunch hours previously, so that's great, right? This is why you need to get branded. So let's scroll down a little bit more and let's look at Monday's. Why do you need to be on Google and getting reviews? Seen by 7. There are 15 members in the group. Seen means you stumbled upon it, hit play, doesn't mean you watch the entire thing, but you know it's here, okay? So 7 out of 7, that's 50%. I need that more, 75, 90%, okay? I need you guys interacting in the group, and I'm trying to niche it down so I can be more available to you. However, I'm trying to get you content so that I can actually be able to go out here and let's see, check Mr. Willie's page, check Miss Lanita's page, check Miss Regina's page, check Miss Cheryl's page, and see that you guys are actually using the information and you're able to expand, grow, and do what? Get paid. So we're in the business of getting paid. We're not in the business of just being on social media to be on social media. So like I was saying a few moments ago, I am going to list a poll because what I need to know is, what do you need? Right? I'm going to create a poll here, and I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to tag everybody in it, and I'm going to ask for your participation because I need to know what you need. My goal is to teach you how to get found on Google, how to get branded, and how to get paid, right? But I need to know if that's what you need, because some of you may be like, no, I just need to know how to put a post on Facebook. Okay, well, that actually falls under the get found, right? Because where? Facebook is on Google, so you're still going to be found. And when you Google yourself, you'll see social media platforms ranked next to even business opportunities and websites and all of that, and Yelps and Google reviews and all of that. So you're still getting found. Some of you may be interested in trying to figure out, how do I use a free program like Canva just to create some posts? Okay, well, that's going to fall under branding. And I'm going to bring up and pull up and show you how to go over here to Canva and how to use a lot of their free designs to go in here and create, as you see, hundreds, and inside each one of these could be multiple duplicate images as well. All right, I'm going to show you how to use a free program like Canva to do that. All right, some of you may be like, hey, I have a business opportunity, or hey, I have a candle business and I need to know how to get paid, period. Well, we literally could go in and look at, what is your payment alternative? What is your sequencing? What does your marketing look like that tells people that you have scented candles for sale, and how we can make changes to maybe your pricing structure if you're selling them at bulk. We can go through and look at a better way to get you paid. If you have a business opportunity and you're interested in figuring out, how do I find my voice in that business? Well, number one, you need to get branded. You need to go ahead and magnify your voice inside of that business. If you love the debt elimination tool, then every single post you put up, every single thing that you talk about, whether it's personal, whether it's professional, whether it's paternally, however, whatever you put up needs to be all about debt elimination and how amazing it is, so that you can find your voice inside of the company. It doesn't need to be company information. It needs to be you information. And we can talk about how to help you find your voice inside of a company, even if it's your own company. What is your messaging and what does your marketing look like, so that we can monetize and get you some money, okay? So that is what the Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are about. I hope that this is exactly what you're looking for and exactly how you are looking for this group to benefit you. Again, that is my time for today. We're at the 12:30 hour, 12:32 to be exact. And I'm hoping that this is exactly what you're looking for. I'm hoping that you guys will comment on this. And again, when the polls come up, I'm hoping that you will engage so that I can make sure I'm giving you guys what you need. Again, my name is Martina Britt Yelverton, brand master, cash flow queen, income strategist, GMB educator, ambassador with the Nightdale Chamber of Commerce, mentor, friend, mother, and all-around good person who loves learning. And I hope you love learning from me as well. To your success, I hope to see you guys on Friday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Talk soon.